Have you ever felt that sudden tightness in your chest the moment someone says, "I'm coming over"? You smile. You text back, "Yeah, sure. Can't wait." But inside, a small voice whispers, "There goes my peace." If you know that feeling, trust me, you aren't antisocial and you aren't a bad friend. Today, we're diving into the psychology of why some of us hate having guests over, even when we genuinely love the people walking through the door. Because for some, home isn't just a place to sleep, it's a sacred sanctuary. It's the only place on earth where the mask comes off, the breathing gets deeper, and the world finally stops demanding something from you. When someone enters that space, the air changes. A gentle tension creeps in. Not because of the person, but because your emotional reset button has been disturbed. Let's look at why your brain treats a guest like a small scale invasion. Territorial comfort and the pond theory. Psychologists have a term for this: territorial comfort. For most people, a house is just a building, but for you, your home is an extension of your nervous system. Every object, every sound, and every routine is something you control. Think of your mind as a perfectly still, calm pond. When a guest arrives, it's like someone dropped a pebble into that water. Nothing bad happened, but the ripples change everything. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, stays on high alert. You are suddenly aware of the crumbs on the counter, the volume of the TV, and the comfort of the other person. You aren't just hanging out. You are subconsciously monitoring the environment to ensure the other person is satisfied. The pond is no longer still, and your brain won't let you rest until the water is flat again. The battery drain. There is a silent exhaustion that happens when you host. Out there, in the world, you are on. You are polite, you are aware, and you are performing. But home is where you finally get to stop. The moment a guest walks in, the mask goes right back on, and that emotional effort drains you quietly, like a phone battery losing percentage in the background because an app is running that you can't close. Even if you're sitting on your own sofa, your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight side, stays slightly engaged. You can't fully drop into your parasympathetic state, the rest and digest mode, while someone else is watching. This is why some of the warmest, most caring people feel the most intense relief the second the door closes behind a guest. It's not that they're rude, it's that silence feels like oxygen, and they've been holding their breath for hours. Strong boundaries and childhood echoes. Why are some people like this while others can host 20 people without breaking a sweat? It often comes down to emotional boundaries. People who hate having guests often have very high internal boundaries. They don't push people away to be mean. They protect their space because it's the only way they stay whole. To them, home isn't a stage for performance. It's the core of who they are when no one is watching. This is why they prefer meeting at cafes, parks, or neutral ground, places where their inner world stays safely theirs. There's also a childhood component. For many, a childhood home was a place where guests meant stress, sudden cleaning frenzies, or parents being on edge. Your brain learned early that visitors equals chaos. Now, as an adult, even a fun visitor activates an old survival tension you never asked for. You aren't rejecting the friend. You're rejecting the stress response your body has associated with the front door. The beauty of the quiet room. I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with guarding your peace. You can love people deeply and still crave solitude. You can be a kind, generous human being and still prefer a quiet room, a familiar chair, and the gentle hum of your own thoughts over a social gathering. Your home is your skin. It's okay to decide who gets to get that close to you. So I have to ask, are you a reluctant host? Do you feel that cancellation high when the doorbell doesn't ring? Drop your experience in the comments. I read them all. And if you're looking for a community that understands these hidden habits, hit that subscribe button. I'm the Simple Nerd, and I'll see you in the next deep dive into the sanctuary of the mind.